That is a huge try.
What a pass again. Oh, that's a bullet ball.
Opens up. Huge hole through the middle.
And Danny Norman charging up the field for a team, trying to get them home in this series.
You are listening to the Touch Heads podcast. Here are your hosts, Danny Norman and Mitch Walkerton.
G'day, Touch Heads. How you going? And welcome to the Touch Heads podcast. Danny and Mitch. I'm your host, Mitch Walkerton, and my co-host is Danny Norman. Danny, how are you?
Good, thanks, Mitch.
How's
What's
your
going
week
on
been?
this week? Yeah,
Oh.
what's been happening? We're both, you, me.
Personally, I'm renovating a kitchen, and it's the worst ever.
Yeah.
It's the worst ever. So that is my absolute pit. You don't want to be wishing that on anybody.
No, oh God.
Probably got to wait 8 weeks until we, have a fully functioning kitchen. So anyway, how's your week been?
Yeah, good. I think my pit and peak of the week would be my husband's successful win with Keebra Park Rugby League, winning the National Schoolboys Cup. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I think I can't remember exactly how many years. I think the last one they won was 2017 when I was still living in Sydney.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was really cool that I got to watch him win a national final again, but now as the head coach and in charge of the program. So that was cool. But it was also my pit because now I have a child with Pete. I was at home solo parenting most of the week, and any parents out there will know it was a tough week. I'm tired.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pit and peak for sure. But other than that, my week's been pretty good. I'm running again. Got to have a run at Wednesday Night Super Series. Ankles pulled up really good. So yeah, it's a good
Full
week.
steam ahead.
Yeah, full steam ahead right into the back end of 2025.
Now, Danny, we've got someone coming on a little bit later. Now, I hear there's the story that happened in the UK, very PG but very funny. Can you tell the listeners, please, you've stitched her up, but what's happened?
Yeah, so we've got Bella Slattery, the one and only, coming on the podcast today. She will be joining us a little bit later, but I'd love to share that story with you and our listeners. Flashback to 2024. We're in Nottingham at the hotel, doing a bit of recovery after day 2 or 3. Bella and I tend to go down and do our recovery together just because we like to shit talk and muck around and stitch each other up is what we like to do. We love to be little team jokers in whatever team that we're in. This particular day, though, was one of my best. Bella was already down there in the Normatex and messaged me to come down. So I was on my way down and I bumped into a few of the mixed players on the way down there. Mm-hmm. And it was Steph Mayola was one of them. And I said, what are you guys up to? And she said, we're about to go to the recovery room and have a team meeting. I said, yeah, what time's that? She goes, about 5 minutes. I went, no worries. So Bella had no idea this was happening, and I've gone straight into the recovery room and found the TV remote. So there's this big projector set up, big screen in there, so you can sit there, put some YouTube clips on, whatever you want to watch. Some of us were live streaming the World Cup. Anyway, Bella's already in the Normatex, and she started like a half an hour cycle. So I knew she was locked in. She's not going anywhere. She's stuck. So I've gone over to the computer and I've typed in Bella Slattery highlights onto the computer that's projecting onto the screen. And
Of course you have.
And then I've put the remote right next to her. And as the mixed team are all walking in, I click play and it just looks like Bella's sitting there watching her own highlights on her
of
own.
herself. What a stitch
In
up.
the recovery room. And she's screaming to turn it off. And I'm like, you have the remote. You turn it off. You put it on.
That's the
best.
best. That's unreal. That's
She's
a good
so
get.
good, Bella. Yeah, she's so funny though. She's one of those girls that she can dish it out, don't get me wrong, but she can take it too, and she loves to have a joke. So I'm really excited to get her on the podcast today because, she, like us, Mitch, she doesn't take anything too seriously, and all-round good chick and an absolute freak. She's had a massive 2025.
Massive. The last 12 months, holy moly. She's just a different gravy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like watching her from when she first came into our New South Wales women's team to where she is now and obviously being named player of the series. It's so bloody special and I'm so proud of her. She's worked so hard. No one deserves it more. She's such a good chick.
Yep.
And I'm really looking forward to having a chat with her today.
Yeah, no, for sure. It'd be great. Danny, guess what? We've got our first player spotlight brought to you by CLA Lighting. CLA Lighting have been in business for 25 years, Australian owned, and they will look after all of your lighting details. And I'm really pleased to announce the player in focus, the player spotlight, is Bella Slattery. Bella, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, it's great. It's really good to have you on board. I've heard
Are you
lots
even 25 yet, Bella?
24.
24, so CLA Larding's been around longer than Bella's been born.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, Danny, I heard a great story about Bella in the Normatex back in the UK in 2024 at the World Cup.
Yes, that is true.
Can we shed some light there?
Yes, so Bella, I just enlightened our listeners into how you like to sit there and put your highlights on for everyone else to watch while you're doing some recovery in your Normatex.
Oh, that's a stitch I made.
Mega stitch up.
Well, prove it.
I'm here to tell the truth.
Please,
It's
please,
actually
please.
Danny that stitches me up. I put my normal text on, we're having a normal conversation, and then next minute she thinks, yes, I've got her again, puts the highlights on and pretends that I've put them on myself.
That's the best. That's the
Happened,
best.
I think 3 times now.
Yeah, I think that was 3 times in London, and then I tried to do it again after an Aussie camp when Bella was staying at my place up here in Queensland, and got her again. But then we tried to get Pete, and Pete thought we were being absolute idiots and called us out on it. And then it backfired on me because both of them turned around and said, let's put Danny's highlights on. And I was like, oh, that's
There's
awkward.
none
There are none.
That's the worst.
Someone, come on, surely. Someone make me a highlights video.
Even if it's not on touch.
No, that's right. Oh, well, there you go.
Best moments. There'll be lots. There'll be plenty. I know. All right, Bella, do you want to tell us about where you're from and how you got into touch football? Just give us a quick recap.
Yes, I'm from the eastern suburbs, so Sydney in New South Wales, and I have been playing touch since I've been 12. I was first into other sports, and I played with the same sort of friends in multiple sports, and they're the ones that said, hey, you want to play touch? We really need an extra player. I started off on the wing, and then I came into the middle, and then I'm just one of those players that run, so I would catch the ball and just run around towards the wing until I started getting structure and stuff like that. But honestly, it feels like I was 12 yesterday.
Well, I mean, it was 12 years ago now, so it really does feel like yesterday, right? I wish we could say that, Mitch. Hey.
Oh, hey, I'm nearly 50. Danny, you're like 31.
I know.
Seriously.
I feel like once you hit 30, it's all downhill. But anyway,
no way.
24 were the years. That was the best time.
So
Bella.
they say.
Yeah, so they say. What other sports did you play? Because I feel like a lot of kids growing up in in Australia, we're such a sporty country and everyone tends to play multiple different sports. So when you were talking about those other sports, what were they?
I played literally all the sports. My main ones were Oztag and touch football. And then I also played...
We don't like talking
very
about Oztag on the... Oh,
Controversial on a touch football podcast.
That's why I
hate it.
didn't mention it to start because I was
no, that's all good. It's all good. It's money mucking around.
Oztag, touch. I did some dancing for a bit.
There you go.
I actually won plenty of competitions for dancing, and you wouldn't believe it, but it was tap dancing.
Oh, there you go.
What? We need a demonstration video. I'm going to message your mum after this and get a snippet of you tap dancing and put it into this podcast.
There was one year I actually won the jazz competition, and it was to I Like to Move It. That was probably...
Well,
There
do
you
you know
go.
what? That doesn't surprise me at all because I have seen Bella after tournaments or after big games in the clubs, and yes, you are definitely a dancer.
Honestly, I've had that one up my sleeve for a bit. I also did netball. I played rep netball. I was a centre because as you grow older, if you're not tall enough, you have to stay in the middle of the court, not the sides.
And just run everywhere.
Yeah, basically just run.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I did play soccer
And
for
now-
a little bit.
Okay. Did you make rep teams? Like when you were 16, 18, did you make rep teams?
For all sports or just touch football?
For touch, sorry, I should have said.
For touch, yeah, I was making the general rep teams, like the school ones, EWSA into all schools, and then once I decided, I was like, oh, all schools is pretty big. I didn't realise. That's when I started picking touch over other sports, and I think maybe I started making rep teams maybe when I was 15, 16.
Oh, yeah.
Into
Yep.
those high, big squads. But
Yeah, sure.
before that, I was getting knocked down from squads as well.
Yeah, like everyone does. You know, I guess Danny and I sort of talk about resilience, and it's not always sunshines and rainbows. A couple of questions I want to ask you. In the last sort of 12, 18 months, you've dealt with some, I guess, difficult situations. The World Cup, you were sat out in the finals, which is always never nice. How did you handle that? How did the conversations go? Can I ask how that went?
Well, obviously, it's never nice to be sat out, but going into it, I always thought that I would probably be one of the people that was up for that spot to be sat out in the grand final because I was debuting. It was my first time in the Opens World Cup, and just my experience. I didn't have as much experience as everyone else playing sort of what we came into World Cup thinking, you know, this strong New Zealand side. I've never played them before, so I thought that would probably be the easiest option to sit me or one of the other two that were debuting out. But yeah, it's never nice.
Look, sitting as a coach, because I'm not good enough to be a player, as a coach, having the conversation, it's the worst. And so at NTLs or the championships, because I coach the 20s boys, they all know, right, that we sort of have a bit of a process where we sort of meet in the tent. And I always tell the boys before we go to warm up, because I don't like them, you know, being warmed up and then having to know. And every coach has their own method. So we'll sort of sit in the tent or stand in the tent before, you know, at the time we've got to meet. And it's always eyes down, and no one ever wants to make eye contact because I'm looking to make eye contact with the two players that we're going to sit out. And then I make
like, come on, let's go.
Yeah,
let's
and
go
then I go and have,
yeah.
and then I go and have the chat. But I tell you, the worst ever. A couple of years ago, we were about to play the grand final of the NTLs against the Swans. We ended up losing. I couldn't get this guy in the tent anyway, so we start walking. So I sprint up and I catch up to him and I say, "Hey, I need to have a chat with you," because we switched who we sat out in the semi and the grand final, and I said, "I'm sitting you out in the grand final," and then he went, "Oh, okay." I said, "Look, take your time, be a good sport, be a good teammate. Need you loud in the box, need you yada." He says, yeah, no worries. Can you just give me a couple of minutes? Because I'll just go ring my mum and tell her that I'm not playing.
That is the worst.
And then I went, "Oh, yeah, mate, you do that." I turned around, I'm an arsehole.
Mate, you just think you're the worst, aren't you?
Oh, it's the worst. It's awful. You know what I mean? But, you know, everyone knows that's the deal. And unfortunately, you know, World Cup where you take 16 NTLs, where you take 16, you know, you ideally want everyone healthy, but it just sucks. But can I sort of say, what about the last 12 months that you've had? Like, seriously, State Cup, NTLs, State of Origin, like, unbelievable. Like, you're player of the final, player of the series for State of Origin. Like, Danny, you were obviously in her team. Like, she's on a different level at the moment. She's flying.
100%. I think the biggest thing, as obviously your teammate, Bella, the growth that I saw between that 2024 World Cup to 2025 and how you've bounced back from that, that's been the most exciting thing to see as one of your teammates and just obviously as a mate. So can you talk us through how sitting out that 2024 World Cup and losing State Cup last year has sort of helped you, I don't know, find your feet more this year, or has it driven you or inspired you in some sort of way?
Honestly, from when I got sat out, I remember having the conversation with Danny. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm playing good and everything, which is the only thing that sucks really, because, you know, sometimes you don't feel like you deserve to be sat out.
Yeah,
and maybe
for sure.
It's just like the easy option really. But even with my parents, I told them, they already knew that I probably was going to get set up because I was new as well. So it was no surprise to anyone. And that's probably why I wasn't as upset, because I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
But even the State Cup and NTLs, my team lost both grand finals. But both times, like, we weren't up there with all the top teams, and
like you weren't backed as the favourites.
No, you certainly
weren't. The way
weren't.
that you guys performed was
weren't backed as the
amazing. Yeah.
favourites. But like even State Cup, like every single person in my team, like we're really close, and we always wanted to turn up to training and then hang afterwards, and we haven't really had that before in the past. And so even after we'd lost, we got to the Sunday and we're like, how are we undefeated? Like, this is amazing. And then the first game we lost, sadly, was in the grand final, but it was our first time as that young East team to get to the grand final, so we didn't really take it to heart. Obviously, it stung at the start, and because we worked really hard and we thought, oh my gosh, we've been turning up to training, we've been doing this, and it does hurt to lose. But then when you put it into perspective, even when I was speaking to Danny, she's like, that Newcastle team's been there for how many years?
Yeah.
And
That's
had
right.
to lose so many times to
you
get
guys
to that
will
point.
get your chance. And so that sting sort of went away. And then even NTLs, we didn't think would make the final, but we enjoyed training together. We enjoyed the people around us. And then once we got there and we worked for each other, after we lost in the drop-off, I know losing a drop-off in the grand final hurts. We actually we're all really happy. We thought we played better than them.
Yeah.
And inside we thought, oh my gosh, we played so well. I'm not even disappointed with the loss.
Yeah, it just comes down to experience, right?
Yeah, we thought deep down, it should have, it was a draw, an equal win.
Yeah.
I don't know, it didn't feel like a loss. And then, even our Origin, we trained together, and I think we won because we all wanted to turn up to train, we all wanted to win, we all liked each other so much that we wanted to, be there for each other. And finally,
And play
after
for
all
each
those
other.
losses, we bloody won.
Yeah.
Finally.
Finally.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All three tournaments, you played really well. And, again, I'm not trying to piss in your pocket too much. Are you, you go back to East now, and are you the, let's get around, come on, motivating everyone within the squad, and they're all, following, your actions?
Honestly, they're just we've got so much personality in our East squad that even if you make a mistake, we hold ourselves accountable because we're such close friends, but then we can laugh about it after rather than being
for sure.
serious. And then even last night's game, I didn't stand out at all, but we have such a range of players that we can still get a win,
Yep.
And even my cousin Tiny, she's an absolute gun, and she we still have to talk to each other and say, oh, you should have done this, because we sort of respect each other because we're so close now. But that East team, I think we'll probably go pretty well, hopefully, if
absolutely
we get to training and keep the fun vibes up, because that's what got us into the final last year.
Yeah, for sure. What about State of Origin? You girls lost the first game, and I got to be honest, I didn't think you were going to win the series. When you lost the first game, I thought, oh no, that's big trouble. But
It is. It totally is. But we all walked off that field thinking we actually genuinely have this in the bag. We were so confident.
yeah, right.
Bella, what are
It
your
was
thoughts?
obviously a lot of pressure, because after you lose the first game, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this next game is a decider really for us.
Yeah.
And I was a bit nervous when you go home and you have that one night in between the second game, and I was like, oh my gosh, we've trained so hard. We can't lose tomorrow. It's just I'm not taking it. I told Danny, I was I'm staying at the fields if we lose. So I'm not going back home.
But that was the general feeling amongst the group. Everyone was we're not losing. We are genuinely not going to lose. It's not an option. And I think that was what made it.
We trained so hard. I was just gosh, I can't.
We worked so hard to get there, and I think that's what made it so different this time around. I've been in so many series where we've lost game one or won game one, and you go into winning game one, you go into it thinking, yep, great, pressure's off. And I've lost so many game ones where it's like Bella's saying, you go into it going, crap, now the pressure's on. This time was just different. And just listening to you before, Bella, talking about your East teammates and your Rebels teammates for NTLs, the common theme is that you're surrounded by a group of girls that are all committing to the cause and all wanting to be a part of something special and buying in and holding each other accountable. I personally think that you play a big role in that because of your personality and how relaxed you are and how funny you are and how competitive you are. Do you think that now it's going to translate into wins given your losses for the last couple of years? Like an Origin series, for example?
I bloody hope so. Honestly. Well, to be honest, our preparation for Vorden this year compared to last year hasn't been as good just because of the weather here in Sydney. But in saying that, all the Sydney teams that we're versing are in the same boat. You know, if we're all clunky on game one, we're all gotten our shit together on game two, it's fine. And even last night we won 7-0, and the thing that we take out of that is just like the 0 tries when we haven't had as many trainings as what we'd like, you know. And even just at the start, like we had 2 debutantes playing Prems last night, and just we have a jersey presentation, just what it means to be in East and our culture, and like just setting sort of the culture up before they even play the game is what we're trying to embed. And honestly, I play with one of the debutantes. She played absolutely amazing, and she's just high spirits, not down on herself. Like, I think if you bring your personality and your confidence into your team, like, everyone's going to
Yeah,
love
for sure. Absolutely. Be yourself. Get out there and have a crack. How good's that?
I know, it's so good.
It's unreal.
Bella, what are your plans for 2026? What do you see for yourself moving forward into next year? Obviously, you've got State Cup, the rest of Vorden Cup and State Cup to wrap up this year, but what are your plans moving forward into 2026?
I honestly don't have set plans, but
Ibiza would be on the list.
I will be going back to Europe, that's for sure. One of my faves.
Which countries are your faves?
Spain, Ibiza.
Yeah.
I do love Italy. I love Greece. Greece is my favourite, the Greek
Yep.
islands. I'm going to go with my family next year, so it'll be quite fun.
Unreal.
A different outtake on it.
Yeah, it won't be as much party angels this time, I reckon.
No, that's it, eh?
Unless they want to come.
In terms of touch, what are your plans moving forward?
Honestly, I had so much touch this year in 2025, and coming off that Origin win, obviously I want to win Vorden Cup, State Cup with my East team this year. And if we do, there's not much for 2020. I was like, there's not much for 2026 that I'd want more, because if I do it all this year, it's already done. But honestly, probably helping out the juniors at East. They've got such strong numbers and so much, honestly, female touch players that want to play touch in the East.
That's great.
We've never had that before. And they just, like, the skill is amazing, honestly.
Yeah, it's unreal, eh?
I know. And I see some of my teammates doing it already. And I always make the excuse that I don't have time, but sometimes I do. So I'm like, I should just do that.
Nice. All right. Well, I've got 3 random off-the-cuff questions, Bella, that I'd like to ask you that have a little bit to do with touch, but are a bit more unserious, I guess, off-field questions. The first one is, what's your hype-up song?
I've got some in mind. Am I allowed to swear?
You say whatever
Yes.
you like.
I do like Sexy Bitch by David Guetta.
Don't we all?
It's just honestly one of the best songs ever made. Hypes anyone up. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. But honestly, I'm usually in a rush to touch, so I can't listen to much.
Okay, question number 2 is, if you weren't good at touch, what other sport do you wish that you were a superstar in?
Oh, for sure, tennis.
Tennis.
Big bucks.
Yeah. That's all she wants.
Money.
I have a friend that plays
Yeah.
tennis.
Oh,
Actually,
there you go.
I think football, soccer makes the most. Is it?
All right, and question number 3 is, other than myself, which teammate would you least like to room with and why?
From our New South Wales squad, from our
Could be from any team anyone. East, New South Wales, Australia, least like to room with and why?
Ooh, least like to room with. Probably Summer Halliwell Quinn.
And for those who don't know Summer Halliwell Quinn, can you give us a little background on Summer Halliwell Quinn?
Oh, okay. This might go for a long time, but she loves to shop at Woolworths. She basically just bosses you around. So I feel like if I was rooming with her, I would just not be able to tell her what to do. Which we just butt heads a lot. But honestly, this is all jokes.
Yeah, of course. It's all love. Comes from a nice place.
No, this is a serious question.
Of course. No,
how
she's
good.
a link for East, link for our New South Wales team. She's a very strong player, loves to shove people on the ground. But yeah.
All round great gal.
Least likely I'd want to room with, for sure.
Nice. All right, Mitch, we might jump over to you now because I think you've got a game for us.
We
Is
do.
that right?
We love our games, Danny. And so you need a pen here, Bella. And Danny, you're going to need a pen because the game that we're going to be playing is from the Australian Emus team that played the Trans-Tasman in 2024. I need you to list the women, the top 5 with the most Instagram followers.
2024.
2025. So
last year. Oh, no, this year.
6 months
Yeah,
ago or
'cause
5
World
months
Cup was-
ago,
yeah.
the team, not World Cup, the team that went to New Zealand at Anzac Day around April, we're looking for the top 5 most Instagram followers.
Danny knows
So
this
we'll-
because she's...
So we'll be able to press pause now, and then we'll come back to it.
I think I've got it.
You.
Do ya?
Is there a time limit? I'm finished.
Nah.
Fuck, how have you got that? I've got 3.
Come on, Danny.
I know.
Well, I feel like they're all really similar.
And, okay, I've got it. I've got my 5. Not
All
in
right.
order.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I've got 5 as well.
Okay. All right. How do we go? I'm going to get Bella, you to say who you think has the most, and then Danny, I'm going to get you to say. So we'll go one by one, if that's okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Bella, who have you got?
Danny Davis.
Danny, did you name yourself?
I did name myself. That's a bit embarrassing.
You do have the most, 12,500 followers.
Okay.
1-1.
1-1.
Bella, who have you got?
I'm keeping tally.
Yeah, we've got a score. Bella, who's next?
I've got myself.
Danny, who do
So
you have?
I had Bella second as well.
Okay. Bella is actually third
Fuck! I was going to put her third.
with
I'm trying to think of who.
5,000. 5,
I think I know who's second now.
5, 4, 3,
Oh,
4.
no, I don't.
So, but you still get a point. So it's 2-2. Bella,
Yeah,
next,
because we
please.
didn't. Yeah, that's right.
Bella, who's your next name?
Okay. I was going to say Hinarangi.
I had Rachel Jeffs as 3, but now I kind of wish I put her as 2.
Neither are on the list in the top
Oh!
5. Sorry, girls.
Shit.
It's still 2-2. Guess number 4, please.
I said
Bella?
Sammy Joe.
Danny?
I had Hinny, and now I know she's not in the league.
Oh, she's not on the list. Bella, you've hit the lead. Sammy Joe has 3,100 followers and she is 4th. Damn
it.
Well done.
I'm still trying to think who's second.
3-2. Bella, 5th name, please. Who have you
I
got?
said Liv Goodsill, but
Danny, who do you have?
I had Tiani Bryce.
Oh, it's a washout.
Oh.
Olivia Goodsell is 5th with 2,946. Bella, you've won.
Damn it.
Yes. Well done.
Well done, well done.
thank you.
The top 5, you didn't get Rachel Walsh.
Oh!
6,075 followers.
How
Sorry.
did I? She was second.
Yes.
Well, wait, hang on.
Stuff now.
Well, I wrote Rach on my list, but I didn't write Rachel Jeffs. I just said Rachel Jeffs, so it's a half point. Because there's 2 Rachels.
Well done, Bella. We will get you a pair of Group Star socks as a prize. Well done.
Well done.
Thank you. They're the best.
It was great having you on, Bella. It was really, really good. We hope you're going to have a great year. We know that you'll kill it. Thanks so much for jumping on the pod and having a chat with us.
Thank you.
And Danny, we've got a new segment where everyone can get engaged. And we're lucky enough that we do have a sponsor, that Group Stars have come on board. So thank you, Group Stars. We'll make some more noise about that. And the segment's going to be called Get a Grip. Are you able to explain to the listeners a little bit more about the background and what the punters need to do?
Yeah, absolutely, Mitch. First of all, shout out to Grip Stars and thanks so much for coming on board. Obviously, we're a new podcast, so any sort of sponsorship and backing that we can get behind us is massive. But to get a company like Grip Stars that's so heavily involved in touch footy is amazing. Get a Grip's about showcasing the non-glamorous moments in touch football, whether that's around the grounds or during games. It could be a teammate blowing up. It could be someone tripping over their own feet. I don't know, just making an absolute stuff up on the field. It's about learning from our mistakes and showcasing that it's all a part of the journey to make those mistakes. I know we don't like cliches on the podcast.
No, we don't.
But the but we'll go there for now.
Yeah.
The main message that I guess we want to send to our community is that it's okay to see the funny side in making a mistake, and we're trying to encourage resilience by laughing those mistakes off. And I've seen a lot over TikTok and Instagram in the last couple of months of people showing their stuff-ups in their videos online and putting music to it, and everyone just sort of having a joke about it. And I think that's a really fun way of getting Grip Stars on board, but also to promote that build-up of resilience and teaching our listeners and the younger generation out there that everyone makes mistakes, nobody's perfect, and it's totally okay to laugh them off and we learn from them. So, yeah, that's sort of where the Get a Grip segment's going to go. And I've got a really good video that we can use up first, Mitch.
Do you, Danny?
I do. And you're the star.
Oh, God. I think I knew this was coming. All right, let's see it.
There's an awesome video. I think it's from, I want to say State Cup, either last year or the year before. And I'm just going to let the video play and you guys can have a listen or watch it if you're on YouTube with us now.
He'll play it on the 7 metre mark with plays up the side sleeve. However, they've given it right into the hands of Farah. The chase is on. Pops the ball over the top. It's still alive here for the Central Coast. Do they want another wraparound? Now support arrives from Hampton. Still at pace. The touch comes in. They're all out on their old legs and there's nobody there in support. Oh no. He's on the sideline. Oh, dear. Oh, well, that one, if you're watching that from the stands, by all means, please, hashtag us. We want to see that one go viral. Walkerton is not in a good way at all. And it's pure.
I see that, and I'm just a fat heap. And my my kids were like, Dad, you didn't even make it to halfway. How embarrassing. It is just horrendous. But
mate, it's the first 3 steps for me. That's what absolutely gets me every time in hysterics. I want to put it out there to the world, and I want social media to do its thing. If anyone has the footage of Mitch in the sub box from when he subbed off, please send it to me. I need to see it.
Dreadful.
I need to see it.
Dreadful. But look, we're having fun there. But all of our listeners, and especially our tiny touch heads, now with the new social media laws, who are probably listening via their parents and with their parents,
yes,
appropriately and responsibly. It is the underlying message is that it's okay that, you know, things don't work out. And some of the kids, and they're now men who I've coached previously, be like, who's this guy? That's not Mitch. He's the biggest blow-up king ever. But I actually have chilled. I have actually chilled a little bit more as I got a bit older. And it is important that, you know, things don't happen and it's okay to, you know, get on with it. Mistakes happen, shit happens. So, Danny,
and it's even better to learn from them.
Yeah, and I love you came up with the idea, Danny, and I love it. And I really, really want to embrace it. So I think the viewers, they've got to follow Instagram. They've got to be on it. Look at the boomer. They've got to follow Instagram. Far
So
out.
basically how it works is
Please.
You've got to upload your video of you having an epic fail, stuff up, whatever moment it is where you think you need to get a grip, and upload it on YouTube, Instagram or TikTok, and tag @TouchHeads Podcast.
And also Grip Stars. I think they've also got
and Grip Star Socks. You've got to tag them too. All the information will be on social media. You guys can follow it along there. And basically you have a chance of winning some prizes, which is cool.
Yeah, so that'll be really, really good. So tag us, get amongst it, get involved. All right, Danny, that's a great episode. What do the viewers have to look forward to next week?
So this week we obviously had the female player of the series for the 2025 State of Origin come on. And next week we're going to jump over to the male side of things, and we will be speaking with the one and only Chris Lennon, the male 2025 player of the series for the State of Origin. And I'm super excited to have Chris on board. Can't wait to pick his brain and give him a bit of shit as well.
Yeah, no, fantastic. He's had a unbelievable rise the last 12 to 18 months. So it'd be great to get him on and have a bit of a chat.
Yeah. Superstar of our game. Super excited.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks, Danny. Have a great week.
Thanks
Touch Heads. Ta-da.
See ya.